Приветули-симпатули. Сегодня продолжение сюжеточки. Есть вот там. Отслеживать цель. И, как мы могли заметить, у меня достаточно интересная пачка. Я решила попробовать как-нибудь там вызвать реакции, звездный предсправник. Вот это все я посмотрела целый один гайд. Поэтому посмотрим. Правда, боёвок тут не особо должно быть много. Если нет, то вернемся к привычной пачке. Вернитесь в ресторан подгорья. Что нам нужно сделать там? После того, как инцидент с светлоледовки удалось уладить, вопросов о нынешнем положении дела в Снежной и проекте Стужи стало только больше. Чтобы получить больше сведений, вы решаете выйти на связь с таинственным рокотом. Угу. Хорошо.
Sounds like you made a ton of progress today. Its next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette.
Одетто расспросить, допросить и узнать, что он скрывает.
Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some... Maybe this is going too far, but like... With everything she's managed to do so far, why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, so, if it is her, yeah. Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they lead. No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure.
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone.
Guess it's just one of those things.
Ну, конечно, 5 лет не разлучаться, а на 6-й год хобана и
If
разлучились.
Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsar. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? And how much was she hiding? Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow, everything will be answered.
Hey, look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead.
Кстати, да, скоро зима. В принципе, я люблю снег. Я не люблю только то, что очень холодно. Люблю... О, офигеть, первая часть сюжетки закончилась. Супер круто. Проходила ее, наверное... Сколько с 12 числа прошло времени? Сейчас 19 августа. Да, капец. Так, отдохнуть до завтра. Опускается белый занавес. Так. Режим приоритизации. И выпнуть. По-моему, бывает автоскип. А почему члены племени-то опять? Чу. Вот. Так-то лучше. Сильная точка телепортации? Это какая? Прикольно. Так. Да без разницы. Больше нету. Надо проверить где-нибудь на каких-нибудь мобах сильности моей пачки. Я, конечно, не уверена, но вроде бы должно работать. Так, давайте сходим, попьем кого-нибудь. Где можно найти мобов онлайн без регистрации? Мобы. Нет, суков. Будем убивать. Есть что-то. Ну вот, есть чувачки, хорошо. Разобрать лед. Обязательно надо разобрать лед. Так, как это должно работать?
By royal Here we go. Think you can get away?
In case! Condense!
Search!
Ну, вроде. Вроде, ну. Как-то.
Your hard work is paying off, as it should.
Меня прикалывает, что вот здесь нельзя приготовить еду, а вот здесь крыло. Надеемся. Я так обожаю эти снежные цветы. Они такие прикольные. Интересно, для кого они будут? Мы решили отойти от сюжетки, да, я правильно понимаю. Хорошо. Ой.
A treasure
Эта
buried in
штучка, она
time.
такая прикольная. Я не знала, что ее можно разобрать, получить цветочки. Она просто такая прикольная. Я не могу каждый раз кайфую. Кстати, вот эти звездочки меня тоже интересуют. Для чего? Для куда? Кем? Так, теперь собрать. А я там не за... О, спасибо. Кстати, это еще одна возможность проверить.
Let's play!
Annihilate. Tja. Ha. Tja. Tja. Ha.
Дядя страшный дядя.
Encase! Fighting Frost!
Трухпоёк срочно
Yahoo!
щита не хватает жестко.
Brace yourselves!
Extinguished.
Зато хотя бы какие-то бабы получаются.
Ha. Tja. Mine to wield. Ha. Tja. Tja.
Cryostorm!
Let's play!
Нифига здесь долго.
Shadow Raven! Time for takeoff!
И гугашка ничего не может сделать.
Ha!
Search. Tja. Tja. Power. Tja. Tja.
Ну, как выяснилось, не то, чтобы из... А, зато много его упало. То есть сундучок такой отличненький.
Your hard work is paying off, as it should.
Ну, ты чё при... Тогда надо придумать другую Хорошо. Ну ладно, вернем тогда ею.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Туда колонию
Allow me to lend you some moonlight.
и... не знаю, для щита или хила Байджу.
Hopefully, this won't take long.
Такая вот выживалочка.
The doctor will see you now.
Я считаю нормально. Теперь можно продолжить, либо здесь рядом есть ТП. Ладно, в следующий раз. Могу все. Так. Так, здесь. белый замок.
Condense!
Вот так, это прикольно, красиво. Такое оленя. И это реально шапка капитана.
It sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's freezing outside.
Сохранение. Видать, долгое сюжет.
I think I'll leave the Lelic question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. So I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for
Митя
a
и
preview.
Валера!
But wait, I do see some familiar faces. Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mitya again.
Мышки.
Oh no, it looks like the show's starting and I still haven't found Tonya. No.
Ах ты Шаранова.
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Снежной ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage?
Это вот сейчас будет. Я просто уже столько спойлеров понахватала, что я думаю такая, этот временной кусочек вот здесь, а это вот тут. Да.
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera. 1, 2, 3.
Ай, приколюха. Мне нравится.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
Валера! Валера! Я просто не люблю эту песню, но это единственное, что я могу вспомнить с именем Валера.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me.
О, какая романтика!
And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge.
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but fair enough.
Я не могу теперь смотреть на Валеру ни в каком другом контексте, кроме как отец. Это не дает мне здравомыслить.
Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way.
That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya's age. Excuse me, are you Tonya?
Huh?
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him, he's fine.
Oh, okay.
No, только не болей, Заюш.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
Или Тони как раз-таки болела. Кто-то там болел.
No, I'm fine.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the...
I haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time. It's most unusual.
Да, эту сюжетку нужно будет проходить зимой. Ну, было бы прям атмосферно.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never...
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone find your way.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think?
А, да. Валерчик, ну, извини, погода. Мы не можем противостоять погоде.
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it.
Вот именно, вот именно.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back.
Может быть,
Just
если вы
remember to
живете
return
в
them next time you're
Снежной,
over this way.
где очень холодно, вы будете одеваться очень тепло, чуваки. Я живу в обычном городе, но я уже с сентября одеваюсь очень тепло, потому что мне холодно, и я хочу, чтобы мне было тепло, поэтому я не хожу в летней одежде, чуваки.
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
И он не вернулся, я вот уверена.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
Да, дед сильнее всех чуваков. Тебе-то зачем одеяло? Надо шарф просто носить.
So... Are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blanket?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us.
Это восхитительно. Я заранее обо всем позаботился. Если через 3,5 часа после начала операции представления я не вернусь в оружейную палату, за нами отправится отряд солдат. Ты ж мой младенчик.
They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out,
Да.
it's a whole official operation?
Да.
I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
Да.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Если он снова
Time to get
куда-нибудь
to
не
work.
пропал.
I should head backstage and find Odette. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lelik.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone?
Ну, Алёшу? Или вы одету? Я хочу Алёшу.
Ah, you're a friend of Alosha's. I think he's busy moving props backstage right now. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around.
Может, вы закроете
I
дверь?
doubt Odette will be leaving before the snow lets up in any...
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How had...
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard.
Whatever the reason for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and fail to deliver.
А может быть, ты посочувствуешь чуваку, который умер на морозе?
Well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now.
О, ну все, понятно, понятно.
They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snežnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
А как, например, повелительница смерти тебе о чем-нибудь говорит? В этом мире не так много сил, способных остановить армию Снежной, и снежная буря точно не одна из них.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the Armory Palace.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier, it looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare...
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me in Vodenitsa. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Почему вы, живя в Снежной, удивляетесь снегу? Чуваки, меня пугаете.
Is weather like this rare, even in Snežnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild. This is something else. It's not normal.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a look.
А там уже вышел один.
No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides, I work here while you're an audience member. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toes above all else.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there.
О, даже живой.
He's back! He's back! How was it? What's going...
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now? That sounds a little far-fetched to me.
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard! So now we're stuck here? Oh, this is terrible! On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, at least, I assume that's alright? Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances. My thanks to the theater for being so accommodating.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get home too?
Oh, Your Majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two top stars in all of Snežnaya.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for that blizzard.
Туда его. Малейшее подозрительное движение, и вы увидите звезды в прямом смысле. Рекомендую вести себя прилично, иначе вы будете молить бурю о том, чтобы она вас прикончила. Туда его.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up.
Как хорошо, что люди могут за себя постоять. Даже если это маленькие, крупные, анимешные девочки.
Close the door and lock it tight. Let's head.
Наконец-то они закрыли дверь. Не прошло и часа. О, фоточка сохранилась. Нажмите. Что? Нажать. Валеру. О, офигеть. Валерий, командир батальона специального назначения первого генеральского полка оружейной палаты Фатои. Как военный он придает большое значение планированию действий и соблюдению сроков. В настоящее время выполняет задания по обеспечению безопасности МИТи, который важен для военных. Ну все. Офигеть, так красиво. Примадонна королевской труппы, водяница, русалка с непредсказуемым характером, чье выдающееся вокальное мастерство покорило бесчисленное множество зрителей, состоит в рокоте, неравнодушных к проблемам выживания простых людей. Митя, эксперт энергетической комиссии, важная фигура в военных кругах, превосходно владеет всеми технологиями, связанными с энергетикой, хоть иногда он и говорит слишком много, его шарф прекрасно это контролирует. На данный момент об этой личности почти ничего не известно. Рампана, сотрудница Королевского театра, пришла работать в театре, потому что очень мечтала о жизни звезды. Обычно ведет программу и объявляет номера, иногда склонна зацикливаться на мелочах. Ну, типа, нет, мы не всех посмотрели. Смотрели вот так вот. Улич. Сотрудник Королевского театра, очень ответственный и добросовестный в работе, крайне редко допускает ошибки, хорошо знаком всем завсегдатаем театра, долгое время отвечает за проверку билетов у входа, по всей видимости, является поклонником Одетты. Алёша. Да он какой. Алёша. Охотник Алёша, выходец из Алатыря, член Рокота, часто подрабатывает в Королевском театре, чтобы свести концы с концами. Пожалуй, его можно назвать первым другом, которого вы обрели после прибытия в Снежную. Чувачки нету. Тугунов, владелец завода по производству оборудования «Искра», член Снежноградского веча, поддерживает образ примерного семьянина, очень любит жену и дочь. На его заводе наблюдается чрезмерный расход энергии. Тоня, младшая сестра Тартали, Чайлда, о которой он постоянно упоминает. Впервые удалось увидеть ее личное состояние здоровья неважное, часто кашляет, но при этом очень рада возможности переночевать вне дома. ГГшечка Хоул. Я 4-й сошедший путешественник из-за звезд. Восхитительно. Я 4-й сошедший, а ты? Адетта. Прима-балерина королевской труппы также является членом ФАТУ и кандидатом на роль следующего предвестника сеньоры. Подразумевается в наличии еще одной личности, она Лелик, действующий из тени. Ну, про Валерочку мы... Получается, всех протыкали. Ага. Это нам дали в инвентарь, да? Ее обязательно пропьем. А, это вот это. Смотрите совместные фото в инвентаре, чтобы узнать. Конечно же, летать. А, мне за сцену нужно. Так туда же пускать только сотрудников. Давай с вами. А, так ты и есть моя цель.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever. All you have to do is show them the rope you plan to tie them up with. Do you know why?
I don't.
Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious million Mora coat. They'll do whatever you ask to avoid that fate.
Unexpected, but funny nonetheless.
Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary. The kind that gets paid to do odd jobs for rich folks.
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will no doubt have heard of my factory, the renowned Iskra manufacturing plant.
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never heard your name before?
Excuse me?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later. It's probably tied up more entrepreneurs than I've ever heard of.
Прикольно. О. Я думала, здесь будет Валера. Ладно.
How are you feeling, Tonya?
Я подумала, что это Тони говорит голосом мужчины.
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point. I take
Child must take great care of his sister. He's never mentioned Tonya's illness, though.
Нет, по-моему, он говорил об этом.
You know, I actually find this whole thing kind of exciting. Stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. Having to spend the night with a bunch of interesting characters.
Ну, это факт.
Pretty cool, don't you
Всегда
think?
интересно.
Kids, huh? My brother always says I'm not much. I'm fine, really.
Look after yourself. Otherwise, your brother will come after me.
Торгов из Соболева.
My husband has major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a good enough excuse for me to stay out all night.
А я думала, вы женат.
That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to leave. But don't drag me along. Hello? Can I help you?
Угу. Валера, Алёша, Дата. Ну, конечно же, сюда первым
This
делом.
is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this. theoretically warrants a Harbinger-level response. I wonder what the issue is. The storm, or something else.
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life. Ah, why, hello, sir. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby table back at Podvorye restaurant.
Привет, привет.
Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mitya from the Energy Commission.
Для театральных звезд, мои друзья. Друзья театральных звезд, мои друзья. Меня зовут Митя, я из энергетической комиссии. Очень рад знакомству.
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion. Armory Palace Royal Grenadier Guards, 1st Regiment.
Major Валерий. Здравствуйте, майор. Майор. Валерий, командир батальона специального назначения 1-го генеродерского полка оружейной палаты.
I am here to ensure Mr. Mitya's personal safety. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance.
Временно отвечаю за безопасность господина Мити. Обращайтесь ко мне.
Mr. Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of anything I might have done to offend her. Perhaps she noticed me spacing out during her performance? What? You mean I really did do something to upset her? Well, thanks for letting me know.
So, Mr. Mitya, is your work related to Project Stuja?
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me to...
Ну вы прикольные.
Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler. As you can see, I'm afraid this pleasant chat will have to end here.
Такой прикольный. Я уже жду его баннер. Все, меня очень легко развести, если это мужчина. Так, а есть какое-нибудь еще дело, или там заново начнем?
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an
Ага. Ну, в принципе, ничего. Алёшенька.
I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. I didn't know you were coming today. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today. Have you spoken to him at all?
В смысле мы с ним не разговаривали? Мы с ним разговаривали только что.
I'm with you. This could be just the chance we need.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuja. What
For the Rokad, or just out of personal interest?
Shh! There are other people around. Don't say the R word. Shh! There...
Да-да. Ну и сюда, наконец-то. Рампана, Одетта и Кулич.
I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups along the way, Miss Odette's performance was one of the best I've ever seen, even compared to an actual show.
I couldn't agree more, especially considering the weight of the subject matter. It takes a truly seasoned professional to do justice to a theme like love and regret. Do you think we were coming on too strong? Odette's a...
What about you? What did you think of today's performance? Huh. That's actually a more insightful critique than I was expecting. My mother would agree. She's always thought that was my biggest flaw. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
Спасибо.
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lelik. I need a chance to speak with her in private.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitya too?
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
Я обожаю Митю. Боже мой, это восхитительно. Время летит незаметно, пока все ведут
How's it looking,
непринужденную
Alosha?
беседу.
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slowing down.
Вы заперты в этом помещении. На всю жизнь.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight
Это такой
and
чисто
avoid going
йоу.
outside unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage. Or on the stage if you'd prefer. We won't mind.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new show.
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with a title for the production.
Спящий небесный порядок.
What? Gotta admit, I didn't get that one.
Да.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you to the rooms.
Спящий небесный порядок. Это восхитительно.
I guess I'll call it a night. Though I feel like I won't sleep very well without Paimon here. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably realize what's holding me up. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been getting any worse. Still.
Вот так вот, значит, да? Это Митенька.
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us.
Это просто восхитительно. Митя, это просто... Митя.
Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozy. There's no way you've forgotten. Come on, let's keep heading up. Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive. Don't listen to a word those black mist cultists say.
Here we go again. The endless march toward survival.
What's going on? That black mist down there is creeping me out. And it's rising.
Но туман
Guess I should head
черный,
upwards and get away from it.
Он бирюзовый.
The black mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the black mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left, the only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov.
О, нифига.
The moment
картина
your faith
горит.
wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the black mist means certain death.
Okay, but it's not my mind that's the problem. My body's about to give up on me. It's already starting to falter.
I can't do this
Алёша
anymore.
где? А вот
I've had enough of being forever on the run. What's the point of it all?
All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep fighting. It will be worth it.
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path. It keeps going up forever. There was never any hope to begin with.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with...
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm...
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say, I hope that you both find... Fate always appears so impossibly complicated. But at moments like this, its raw simplicity is laid bare. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on, the outcome was both inevitable and irreversible. Let's go.
Let's go, тогда let's go.
Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. It's just you and me now. Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. For now. This happens from time to time, but it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. No one knows how to stop its advance for good. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two offer us. Huh? Are you really that sleepy, traveler?
Прикольно.
Ah! Help! Somebody, come quick!
What is it, Chuganov? What's wrong? Huh?
Is it morning already? Oh, sounds like it's coming from next door.
Угу. И что там?
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here. Okay.
What happened to them?
Но они просто спят. Черный туман их забрал. Черный туман. Похож на обман.
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is that somehow, I knew this was going to happen. Have I seen this moment before? Or did I have some kind of premonition?
Let me take a look.
Я боялась, что это ты умер.
No vital signs in either of them. They're dead. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies. No signs of a struggle.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extremely...
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes. Nor does this appear to be a suicide. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on. I had no...
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chuganov heading this way, I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside, correct?
Убийца среди нас.
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding, or any signs of suspicious activity. I'll follow up with a full search of my own shortly.
Nothing on your end either?
Backstage is clear. No signs of suspicious activity.
We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living person could hide.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and...
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is one of us.
Oh, да.
We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm, a murder takes place, and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope that it seems unbelievable.
Looking at who the killer targeted, and the clean entry and exit, it all adds up. I know what this is. It's...
What is? What have you figured out?
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it, Lelik?
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
А где-то что ты можешь сказать в свое оправдание?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuja. Always works alone. I've read the case files at the Armory Palace. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know about Lelik?
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuja at the Снежной Gradvecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuja cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lelik, Tell me! I'll do whatever you want! Just stop playing these mind games!
Was this really Lelik's doing? Would Odette really do something like... If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelik's true identity. But if I reveal it now, I'll be put... What should I do?
I don't think it's likely that Lelik killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard, he's never killed anyone before. And besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method?
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette. But her
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelik?
Defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making...
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the killer is?
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on in the discussion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelik is right here among us. I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. And whoever this Lelik is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect.
Это сердечко.
Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure you don't go off alone.
Пам-пам-пам. Так. Обсудите Адетту с членами Рокота. Я прочитала «Осудите Адетту с членами Рокота». Так, больше информации о присутствующих. Это не она, а где фоточка? Это где? Или я слепа? Она же была тут. Не тут? Я ничего. Он сюда переместился. Капец, смерть забрала жертву. Ой, ужас. С ними я поговорить могу.
You seem to be very comfortable taking charge, Major. You took the reins as soon as things went south.
I simply made an executive decision that someone needed to take control of the situation on the military's behalf. Does this offend you?
No, quite the opposite. We feel much safer for it. By the way, what does Major mean exactly?
Так, кто еще у нас есть? Гунов, давай.
We don't move in the same circles, so I'm not clued up on Project Stuja and all this political intrigue. Nor does it interest me. Nevertheless, sir, I think your top priority as soon as you get out of here should be to hire a good private bodyguard.
Such as?
Such as myself.
Yes, yes. Интересно, есть? Понятно, нету. Так вот эти. Какие-то тут.
I still find it hard to believe there's a murderer among us. Just last night, I imagined we were like... There's no guarantee that you can trust your classmates. Especially not when you're...
Why did they do this?
Они сами выбрали смерть. Так, а чувачки наши, они вот тут, да? Нет? Где наши чувачки? Я думала об этом. А что тут? Я тут была раньше? Прикольно. Алёшенька.
You're right. That was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one says, Oh, phew. It's just you. I thought...
Since Vodyanitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thought.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juiciest this whole year. Odette? Really? Odette? Oh god, how dumb does this make me look? Lelek has been right under my nose this whole...
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes, hiding in plain sight is the best strategy.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3... Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a fatous. a member of the Rokot, now Lelek. It must be so exhausting. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot, let alone be Lelek. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what...
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all... Yeah. Lelek may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, her actions benefit the poor. We need to confront her face to face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelek?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone, and see how much she's willing to tell us. Now's our chance. Odette's alone. Let's go.
И опять же, я видела перерисовку этого арта. Красивенько.
Hey, Odette.
What is it, you guys?
Shh. Keep your voice down. We need to talk. So, you're Lelek, aren't you? Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. Just hear me out first. None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those two people last night, it wasn't you. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but he kept quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelek is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, we're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we...
All right.
Давай, удиви.
Yes, I'm Lelek. And no, I'm not the murderer.
Как удивительно и неожиданно.
And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelek? Here?
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a sec... Mr. Valeri! What?
Валерий снова собирает их вместе, и где-то признается, что она Лелек.
So... Odette is Lelek?
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelek. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means that So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed two people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she...
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelek. Aren't you going to do something about this?
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelek. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Odette's talent extends far beyond.
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her in
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelik and all related incidents aside until further notice. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Odette?
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections.
Mr. Chuganov?
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But...
А кринж.
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik too. Here, have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits. So now I've been told I have to guard Lelik with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and then we'll be safe.
But once the snow stops, won't everyone just leave?
You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theater, so we'll still be here. I'll leave.
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about being my fan.
О, какая милота.
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey, mind your own business.
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
No, no, no. You sound nervous, lass.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Нет, ну сейчас кажется, что у нее какой-то роботизированный голос стал.
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial expressions. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water, and yet, you're clearly human, Mr.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising. I'd better watch what I'm singing when I'm around you from now on.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
О, да, на каждом выступлении она материт тебя хуже плещего. Но ты этого не понимаешь.
Heavens, why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. To guard against the killer, someone needs to keep watch.
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stay together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite...
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but two of us must be awake at any...
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the night watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either. I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operations. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night.
Да.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring? Oh, not going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap, if you...
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch.
Пам-пам-пам. Время допросиков.
I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I want to ask before she...
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation, too. Let's take this chance to clear the air, shall we?
Это тетики.
I just had a simple question for you, really. Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any last words or anything? I see. No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person, and yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains, oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not when I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice, practice, practice. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations, to be worthy of the fair lady's reputation.
Почему Валерий там сидит вот так? Как же сон? И почему мы его не заметили? Блин.
Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think? So I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment, and then left. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not even once.
Блин, я вообще вокруг не смотрю.
She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face, sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes. But she knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. Trust her to make even a mark of approval. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Снежная, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I still wonder. Did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared. So I said some really awful things. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we... She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event? No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait. In that case... Okay. I will.
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness... Paimon's very important to me. So I have to get to the bottom of this.
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nordkrai. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes, the weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom, once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and energized.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us, right?
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some sleep.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? Never mind. I'd better try and get some sleep myself.
Опа, ночной трип продолжается.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit too?
How long have we been walking for? Do you remember?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that thing.
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist.
Whatever it's called, ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, hoping that as long as we reach it, but it seems like no matter how far we walk...
Well, we've come this far. You never know. Maybe we're almost there? Come on, enough moping. Let's go.
О, мобы будут? Это интересно. Да, реально.
Monsters! Watch out!
Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Может, мы просто убежим от них? Я сейчас их 3 года колупать буду. Они убежали или нет? Нет, они не убежали. Я реально 3 года их буду колупать. Может, мы уйдем?
Condense! Encase!
Трэш. Больно, окна повыбивало. Кстати, уже другой зал.
Here they come again! Get ready!
Fighting Frost!
This is not the end.
Классно.
Cryostorm! Condense!
Monsters ahead of us? The black mist behind us? It feels like there's no escape.
Maybe I wasn't meant for
Да
this.
что ж такое-то? Умнейшие попытки тратятся. Ну дали бы мне нормального ГГшку, я бы прошла. Мне начинает это не нравиться. Смысл того, что они здесь делают. Наконец-то.
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No, I'm fine.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit a long time ago. Sometimes it feels like there's hope where there shouldn't be.
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. But I'm not sure it's real at all. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
We know you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going, aren't you?
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. You're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that. I've given up, but I wish you the best.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Congratulations. You are the first person to make it here.
Ого.
I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your... Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
Прикольный трипчик.
Rampana! Rampana!
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice? What?
Coolish, wake up! Please wake up!
The situation is identical to that of the two casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else, so I suppose the surrounding environment can't be a relevant variable.
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something was wrong?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target. So I just laid there with my eyes closed. I heard the Traveler and Lelek chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. Then, what could possibly be causing this? I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on the stage of all places... Vodyanitsa...
4 victims in just 2 days, and we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again otherwise.
А вот это уже действительно хорошие вопросы.
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a useless endeavor. Lelik must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse.
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on.
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like your—
How dare you?
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelik might have, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them? Let me guess. Just to scare you?
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to— Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious?
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on Night Watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with all so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes. Then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you. Don't you dare.
Тоня.
Sir, but you were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now.
Little girl.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a— he's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking his mind. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left behind.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist?
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater, I heard rumors about this place being haunted. Haunted?
Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, there are only
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind? Maybe a different perspective will help us see something different.
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully.
I need to think very hard about whether there's anything that ever needed hiding.
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, traveler.
Some sort of notebook. What is it for?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he...
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show.
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked...
Unlikely. Coolish took his duties not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than usual. Everything would have been well within it.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends, so we collect the tickets at the point of entry. Still,
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air?
Ну, так и было.
Did an extra person just
Tonya, did you find anything?
Not yet. Still looking. So... are we,
This looks like somebody's notebook.
well, it doesn't look... Alright, let's read it together.
Вы когда-то говорили, что рано или поздно я пойму, но я до сих пор этого не понимаю и считаю, что никто не должен лишаться своего дома из-за смены власти. Она совершенно не думала о наших чувствах, знаете, водяных. Здесь каждая пять земли хранит отголоски моего детства. Стоит лишь закрыть глаза, и повсюду слышатся наши песни. Я никогда не прощу тех, кто изгнал нас. И еще я очень скучаю по тебе, мама. Я все еще скучаю по своему платью с кисточками, тяжелому балдахину над кроватью и первыми лучами солнца, проникающими в поместье по утрам. Но сейчас все хорошо, стоит лишь прищуриться, и свет, пробивающийся сквозь щель в двери за кулисами, выглядит точь-в-точь, как в нашем поместье. Я знаю, что та жизнь уже никогда не вернется, да, я скучаю по ней, но теперь понимаю, что здесь у меня есть многое, чем я дорожу. Волшебные декорации, созданные нашим реквизитором, множество поклонников, которые проходят специально ради меня, и маленькая танцовщица, которая почти не любит разговаривать. Все это мое. Я больше никогда этого не потеряю. Никогда. Я выступила в одну очень крупную организацию по названию говорить... Но название говорить нельзя. То что бы ни задумал на этот раз тот господин, кто-то должен думать о бедах простых людей. Именно для этого и существует наша организация. До сих пор я не могу ее понять, почему люди, стоящие наверху, всегда поступают именно так, ведь именно у них есть возможность принести людям куда больше счастья. Кто-то говорит, что у нее свои трудности, но она столь всемогущая. Тоже может оказаться ей не по силам. Ладно, лучше буду делать, что в моих силах. Думаю, рано или поздно вы все равно услышите о нашей организации. Она называется... нет, все-таки не скажу. Это дневник водяницы.
Huh. This has to be Vodyanitsa's right.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right?
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snežnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. And now they live somewhere new, where the postman can't get to.
А куда не сможет добраться ни один почтальон, это куда?
We're sorry. It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored when everyone's scouring the... All right, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this room.
Да, это было круто. Блин, я так обожаю всех персонажей уже. У меня столько круток. Если вы слышите какие-то крики на фоне, то это кошки снова решили подраться. Да, надо идти-то. Тут нету. Блин, я глупая. Алёша и Митя!
Traveler. Since you're here.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be an investigation report.
Отчет о расследовании паранормальных явлений в театре. На этот раз поручение оказалось куда сложнее прежних, связанных лишь с народными поверьями. Здесь явно замешано нечто куда более загадочное. Погибшая цивилизация, творение древних богов, сила, пришедшая извне мира, простор для воображения поистине огромен. Впредь стоит помнить этот случай. Простота внешних проявлений вовсе не означает, что скрывающаяся за ними истина находится на том же уровне. Артерии Земли сами по себе обладают мощной способностью поглощать или направлять души. После отделения души умершего от тела она, как правило, сразу направляется в артерии Земли, не имея возможности блуждать свободно. Факты показали, что связь между театром и артериями Земли оказалась нарушена, хотя речь идет лишь о частичной блокировке, а не о полном разрыве. Этого оказалось достаточно, чтобы некоторые души, не желающие возвращаться в артерии Земли, получили шанс задерживаться здесь. Если их сопротивление достаточно сильно, они способны вечно скитаться по театру. Однако теоретически души остаются в театре, не способны воздействовать на реальность. Лишь в крайних редких случаях они могут вызывать заметные зрению явления. В целом их можно считать безвредными. Об этом стоит заранее сообщить управляющему театром, чтобы его успокоить. Но для меня исследование на этом не заканчивается. Поиск причин, по которым артерии Земли оказались заблокированы, и есть главная цель данного исследования. После изучения множества материалов наиболее правдоподобной на сегодняшний день выглядит следующая гипотеза о существовании ангельской цивилизации и ее первых попытках преобразования артерий Земли. Здесь слишком мало доступной информации, я должен поскорее вернуться на родину.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old. This person's name looks to be of Sumeru origin to me. Was the investigator from Sumeru?
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue. But it doesn't look like anyone ever looked at the report.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines. Is there any chance this is the key to finally making some progress with the murder cases?
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. And while it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these two murder cases.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization, ley line renovation? My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's completely outside. Huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet. How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on here? With us in the theater?
Да. О, да. Именно так.
But if so, how did the author foresee it? Could he predict?
Maybe things are more complicated than we thought.
Привет, Ранова.
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, the report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. But the note seems to be warned. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely different directions. Let's pause our... If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation. But still, I'm struggling to be persuaded by your theory.
Does it really sound that far-fetched? All right, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you've said, so let's go with your idea for now.
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time to reconvene. So, that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being exposed. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection. They then blended in with the group and waited for an opportunity to strike.
What about the note found in the investigation report? Any thoughts on how that fits in?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the thief?
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket, and all... Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal.
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too.
I most certainly did not degrade myself.
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be unfathomable.
Кто, вероятнее всего, является лишним человеком, не прошедшим проверку билетов? Митя, Воденица, Адетта, Валера, Гэшка. Я думаю, на него. Ну, и эти чуваки, они буквально тут работают. Конечно, уже их нет билетов. Ну, вот либо он, потому что он не платит за билеты. Либо он. Ну, это самое очевидное. Он тоже здесь работает. Это вообще раново. Видите? Ну, как-то now. Ну, давай вот это.
Sounds like Chuganov went to a lot of trouble to get his ticket, because everyone at the theater knows about it.
Билет на подобное преступление. Все в театре об этом знали. Ага, окей. Давай сразу вот так.
As things stand, the audience head count doesn't add up.
Да
I
что
guess
ты
we can rule
говоришь?
out the theater staff members.
Тогда вот этот чувак.
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no one can verify... Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of...
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that last time I checked. There were barely any of us remaining in Snežnaya. Since most... And I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else to get to...
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, fine. I'll admit it.
Chill.
That water imp friend of mine, the truth is, we're dating. I was just a bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. Never in my wild...
We don't need details. Just get to the point.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. Even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking about?
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times? Factions?
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae...
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snežnayan history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign.
Серьезно, это он раново.
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
What's going on here? Is Shram from...
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
О, господи. Улика, связанная с истинной личностью Шрама. Согласно журналу дежурного театра, там оказался один человек. Но в единице написано о семье, но так и не отправлены. Отчет о расследовании предполагаемого появления призраков в театре. Мне вот это интересно.
Vodyanitsa's private letter touches upon the history of the water imp aristocracy's exile.
Это понятно.
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Mr. Shram's statement proves he is from hundreds of years ago, and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely alive.
Я?
For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater, yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count.
Элек.
Since we discovered that Mr. Schramm is from the past, it seems we need to broaden our assessment. The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed leyline issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes the deceased. Mr. Schramm, for instance. Death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst. That's the truth.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut off. Mr. Schramm must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him our extra... So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased. People who died a long time ago.
Someone who died...
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching...
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah, even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater.
Then what if the problem isn't the soul? The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid being sucked in.
Huh. Why does this analogy sound...
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake? Or intentionally taking other souls to compensate?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the ley lines.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of. Does that...
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya's relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best explanation...
Alright, so how could Schramm not know that he's dead? Seems...
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there. It's simply what's...
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. I'm trying to remember and... even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death.
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
Ну ты ж моя сладкая, конечно, отвечаешь за это.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me up, but I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to, both as their bodyguard and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want.
It's just... Even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. I'm... sorry,
Это, конечно,
everyone.
интересный поворот событий.
If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me however you see fit.
But, Mr.
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place and take all this death
Ой, да
with me.
красиво. Заюш, ничего не
Go out on my own
поменяется.
terms.
Mr. Schramm, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago.
No, I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Wateramp. My lover. Her name was Litia. Litia Ozarova. Do you know what happened to her?
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder. She had a bunch of kids, too.
Ай, милота.
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. That's
Ну да, это грустненько.
good. I could hardly... As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul's been wandering around here for so long. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life.
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Shrim was already dead, but
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. It's terrible to think that so many innocent people, even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the human.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides. That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city? She offered herself up to be hated in exchange for peace.
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides, there are very few who truly do.
All this time, I had no idea.
All right, if Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's...
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still raging.
О, это задание. Ставимся. На сегодня закончим. Время уже поздний час.
Even though Shram was already deceased, his decision to walk into the snowstorm was still a sacrifice, and a very brave one.
Угу. Я, если вам было интересно, пыталась найти метку на руках, но ее пока нет.
This is one of the few times I don't feel at all happy to have my theory proven true.
Ой.
I was actually planning on hiring him as my bodyguard after we got out of here, you know.
Угу. О, Алёшень.
At least the lingering regret that kept him here has been put to rest. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Угу.
well, at least it seems like Mr. Shram stayed optimistic until the end.
The information he revealed, it's given me a lot to think about.
инста, либо в моей папке. Сказать всем спасибо за просмотр этого такого длинного двухчасового ролика. Вы большие молодцы, я тоже устала. Встретимся с вами на этом же месте совсем скоро. Всем спасибо за просмотр и пока-пока.